Good morning, seventh graders. This is Mrs. Beery. I know Mrs. Korea already made a video helping you with some of the word problems for homework. I'm gonna go through a few other problems that I'm gonna give you some clues on if they're making you stuck at all. This is week 31. It is due this Friday, and I just want to walk you through a couple of them. I made a video yesterday. I don't know if it was for seventh grade or eighth grade. So on how to solve these. This becomes, when we get back in class, we can work on solving them the long way, but I want to give you a clue on how to do this as a calculator problem. The big number, if I didn't go through it yesterday, the big number you enter in your calculator first, or this could be bigger, but the number under the bracket, then you hit the divided by sign, then the outside number. So number underneath the bracket first, hit your divided by, and then the outside number first. That becomes a calculator problem. What is 5% of 240 on Monday, number 4? What is 5% of 240? The first thing we needed to do is convert the 5% into a decimal. And the way we do that is my phone calculator. We take 5 over 100, which means 5 divided by 100. 5 divided by 100 equals. So this is going to equal 0.05. So that is 5% as a decimal. Now it's going to be much easier to find out. So if we take this and we just times by 240, that'll give you the answer. I'm not going to give you the answer. You can figure that out. Use your calculator on your Chromebook if you need to. But that's how you find 5% of 240. Convert that to a decimal first. Okay, so there's your clues on those. This one, I'll give you a clue. It's a pattern. These dots can be a little confusing. So take your 169 and divide it by 13 and see what you get. It equals 13. So 13 times 13 equals 169. So find the number when you times it by itself that equals 36, and you will complete that pattern. So to find this, you're going to take 36 and find the number that if you multiply it by itself, so, I don't know how to give you an example without giving you the answer, but 36 divided by some number is going to equal that same number. So that's how you would find that one. The rest, I think, should be a calculator. You guys have been practicing this in class. So if you forget, let us know. But you want to get your x by itself. Oh, sorry. There's my. And if Pedro needs 9 hours of sleep, he has to be up at 5:30. So you count backwards 9 hours on that one. Flip it over. We're on Wednesday on week 31 now. Just a reminder on these, your bigger number, the 20, is your base number. It's the number you're going to write down. And the 2 tells you how many times you're going to write it. So it would be 20, 20. And then you put a times in between each one. If this was a 9 and I wrote it 9 times, I would hit times in between. So that's how you solve this, 20 times 20. So there's that one. Define an obtuse angle, number 3. Google it. That'll give you the answer. In the number 98 and 713 thousandths, what digit is in the tenths place? I want you to Google this one because I think it'll sink in a little bit better. Google, where is the tenths place in a number or something along those lines, and you will know which one of these is in the tenths place. The THS tells you it's going to be to the right of the decimal. So Google that one and just Google where's the tens place in a number? And it'll tell you. Calculator. This one, there's a couple different ways you can do this, but the way I would do it is convert this 5/7 into a decimal. And to do that, like we did on the first page, keep your 3 as a whole number, and then 5 divided by 7 is, now you could round this off to the first 2. So this 4 tells us we can stay at 1. So 3.71 plus 9. And there's an invisible decimal behind there. So I would convert that to a decimal, and that's the easiest for me. That's how you would do Thursday number 2. Mrs. Korea already did number 4 with you. This one you can Google it. A line is perpendicular to another line. I would Google perpendicular if you don't remember what it means, and then you'd get the answer to that. And then lastly, number 5, I want to give you a clue on how to solve this. It says the number, it's having you guess a number, and it says the number is a 2-digit number. So it has 2 digits. It is odd, and odd would mean it needs to end in a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. So it's 2 digits. The second one is going to be an odd number, and it is greater than 30, but less than 50. So it's somewhere in between 30 and 50. And the sum of the digits is 10. So when you add up those two numbers, they add up to 10. So I'll give you another hint. The number is going to start with a 3 or a 4, because if you get into 50, you're going to be getting too big because it needs to be less than 50. So your first digit is going to be a 3 or a 4. So figure out which one of those, when you add the second digit, would add the 2 digits, add up to 10, and they're greater than 30 but less than 50. So and is an odd number. Odd number, the sum of the digits is 10. So that's your clues for week 31. If you get stuck anywhere, let us know and we will help you out. Hope you're having a great time at home. We miss seeing you guys every day. Bye.